Hey, I'm Joss, co-founder of ClearSync. We're going to go over some of my favorite features of the free Stripe app that's available in the HubSpot Marketplace. So I've already installed the app, and once you've installed it, you'll be able to go into CRM syncs, and you can sync up to 5 objects. These two require custom objects, the ones labeled SDS here. So you'd need HubSpot Enterprise for those. But I think the most powerful ones are the Invoice Sync and the Contact Sync, which should be available to all versions of HubSpot. So the Invoice Sync is configurable in the sense that it has all of these default mappings that you can disable if you'd like to. I recommend leaving them on. And then you can also add custom mappings for additional fields that are available. To do that, you need to add new fields in HubSpot on the invoice object to then be able to map them. You can do that all here within this UI. So you can just go down the list and create the fields, which is pretty easy. And once you have created those and mapped them, then you'll be able to see the invoice data that's in Stripe coming into HubSpot. So it will import historical invoices and will sync them in approximate real time going forward. So in this example, we have an invoice where $1 was paid. And we see we have some really nice available fields like the start date and end date, and we have the subtotal. So now we know it was a $10 invoice that had a discount that got it to $1. We see the status that it was paid, and then further down we see it was related to a contact because we had enabled that part of the sync as well. In Stripe, a billing email is essentially a customer, which syncs nicely to a HubSpot contact record. We can also see that a line item was created. This isn't super useful because here it's showing the line item, but it doesn't reflect the discount that we know is there. If I click into the contact that is related to the invoice and scroll down a bit, you should be able to find that list of invoices related to the contact. So we know our example is paid. There it is for $1. You'll be able to create some pretty nice roll-up fields as well. So here in the contact, we could create a roll-up that is summing the total paid invoice amount, which would give us essentially the total customer spend. You can also roll that up to a company. So a very common setting in HubSpot is to create a company for a contact automatically if there's a unique domain. That's a really nice setting for self-service transactions like this. Then you could roll that information up to the company. The app has those other objects that you might have seen in the beginning, such as subscriptions and payment transactions. Those feel a bit incomplete. So they're missing dollar amounts, they're missing coupons, they're missing all of the information that you would need to get value out of them. So I really recommend focusing on syncing contacts and invoices for those reasons. If you do have a subscription business, definitely recommend checking out our company's app, ClearSync, which can bring in recurring revenue data into Stripe and just presents it in a much easier way to digest and report on.